YouTube. It's your favorite boy, Mr. Ty Grants, and today I'm going to tell you guys a few stories about times I've been into fights at the job. So this is going to be a really juicy one. This is going to be like a series of a couple of them I do because I've been into a couple fights at the job. So if you guys are like this, after I say my story, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll do a part two. Let's get into it. So, the story from this fight starts, this is about 12, 13 years ago. I'm fresh out of high school, and I'm working at Burger King. So, I'm working at Burger King, and I ended up becoming supervisor, and I ended up getting stuck working overnight. So, I'm working overnight. Now, up in this point, I've been working there for about a year and a half. I started off as a janitor and I worked myself up. So, that's how I got into the position that I was at. So then, the general manager said, hey, can you do nights? Basically, that's the shift that I have you doing. So I didn't really have a choice. So I got stuck working nights. So during nights, at Burger King at the time, I don't think they do it anymore. My Burger King was 24 hours. So the dining room would close at midnight, but we still had a drive-through all night. It goes all night, so we never closed. So I used to have this overnight worker. His name was Ramiro. Now, keep in mind, I'm like 18, 19 years old. This dude was about 34, 35. So he was supposed to come in at 10 p.m. every day. I usually come in at 9 p.m. He'll come in around 10 p.m. So he's supposed to come in at 10 p.m. every day. Now, everybody knew this. This guy was lazy as fuck. Super lazy, super unprofessional, but no one ever did anything. No one ever told him anything. No one even cared. But everyone was like, yeah, he's lazy, but people just brushed it off. So at 12 o'clock, essentially, it would just be me and him. The other person would leave. Then we would close the dining room because that's when it would close. And then it would be just drive-through. Now, I worked with him many, many times, and this dude's always been lazy and annoying. He never likes to work. So, I kind of knew what to expect. So, this one particular night, tension had been boiling. And, I'm just going to work one day, and it's a super busy day. Now, as a manager at Burger King, I got to manage a lot of things. I have to go count the registers, the safe, got to go do some computer work. I got to, do inventory and all these things. So I'm doing all these things, but on this particular night, I don't have to do any of it because when I come in, I'm on the floor just working. This dude's supposed to come in because he's the cook, and he's late. He's always late, but this particular day, he's super late. So when he's late, I have to forget all my manager duties and basically work on the floor. And try to catch up. So this dude doesn't come in at all. It's 10 o'clock. He's on shift. It's 11 o'clock. He's still not here. So around 12 o'clock, we close the dining room. And the other dude that was there with me, he's got to go home. He's like, hey, I got to go. I can't stay any longer. So he closes. I'm literally here by myself. So I have to temporarily close down Burger King and tell people, hey, I don't have anybody. I'm just by myself. This dude starts knocking on the door outside because the dining room is locked. But I let this guy in, and I'm furious at this guy because I'm already super behind on my manager work. I don't have anything, done. And essentially at this point, it's like I'm telling him, hey, bro, just get in here, start cleaning, start breaking down the fryer, start cleaning the grill, start hitting the dishes because this is his job, and still kind of work with me, man. I'm trying to let it go. This guy comes in drunk. He's just laying all up in the dining room sleeping. I go off to do some, computer work, try to do some things because it's slowing down a little bit. Thinking that, okay, he's going to get up and do something. No, I go back 10 minutes. This dude's still laying on her. I'm say, hey, bro, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And I'm getting pissed because, like I said, I've already, lost so much time because of this guy's nonsense. Like I said, keep in mind, I've already complained about this guy. I already said, hey, we need to find somebody else. But no one does anything. No one listens. They just accept it. And I don't know why companies are like this. our managers, they just refuse to find someone else to fire people. I don't know what it is. Like, you can have an incompetent, lazy worker. You don't just let them be that because you just get used to it. And that should never be the standard. This guy was lazy. He should have been fired a long time ago. But no one ever wants to do anything. So, anyways, I get tired of this guy. Like, I'm telling him, dude, get up, get up, get up, get up. And I guess he gets annoyed. So, just all the animosity and previous history I've had with this guy, had been feeling me, but I'm trying to keep it professional. So, this guy runs up on me. Like, he doesn't run up on me, but he walks. He gets up. He's like, all right, I'm going to go help you. I'm going to go help you. He gets in my face. I'm like, bro, what you doing, bro? Like, you know what I mean? And then he shoves me. As soon as he shoves me, right, I'm just like, all hell breaks. It's like, I just lose it. Like, I know I'm the supervisor and everything, but dude shoved me. All hell breaks loose. We start throwing blows. Keep in mind, this guy's almost twice my age at the time. I'm a lot smaller now. I mean, back then than I am now. I was like 185 pounds, maybe 190. And this guy was a chubby dude. Like, he was fat. Like, he wasn't, he wasn't buff, but he was a fat dude. He was like maybe 260, but he was a fat dude. And we get to tussling. Now, I mean, I know everyone will say, oh, like, fighting is bad and da-da-da-da. But when someone shoves you, like, you know what I mean, all bets are off. So we get to fight. I start throwing blows. You know what I mean? He's like, now, I'm way stronger than he is. But at that time, I wasn't really working out like that. And so he was stronger than me, but I was just throwing blows, boom, 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 just hitting him in the face, hitting him like I was whooping his ass. Like, I was beating him up. Like, I was beating the brakes off this guy. I got him in a chokehold, and he tried to use his body weight and throw me to the ground. And I just got him in a chokehold. And then I got one of the pots, one of those like trays that you put into the heat thing, when you're cooking food and you like leave the meat and stuff on. I smacked him with it. And we get to fighting, and I start whooping his butt. He starts running to the back. He starts literally running to the back. Like, he's trying to push me off and run to the back because I'm beating him up. And then, like, I literally am just in a trance. I literally go chase after this guy, and I start throwing blows in the back. In the back by the emergency exit. Boom, 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 hit him in the back of the head. This dude falls on the ground. Somewhere in the fight, I guess he got his eyes burned or something. I don't know. And now keep in mind, I had the headset on originally before this fight broke out. And like I said, when you're caught into it, like I never even noticed my headset had fallen off during the exchange. I never really thought about it. So, yeah, I whoop his butt. And this is almost actually before the opening shift supervisor comes in. This is like maybe 30, 40 minutes before. So we literally had this whole night, but the altercation happened right before, I was about to get off. So I do all that, and I just walk off, go do my thing. I don't even care what happens to this dude at this point. And about 20 minutes later, the manager comes in. She's like, hey, Ty, hey, like, where's your headset? And I was like, oh, I just went to the bathroom. I just took it off. Like, I'm just trying to brush it off. Like, hey, like, I took my headset off because I didn't even realize my headset had fallen off. I was like, oh, I just dropped it. I mean, I dropped it, but I left it on the ground real quick just to go pee. She's like, don't do that again, because you might miss the order. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. Try to brush it off. And then she goes in the back. And keep in mind, I still hadn't seen the dude until after that. And then I guess dude, because he only spoke Spanish, went and told her what happened, said I just attacked him, I assaulted him, I beat him up. And I guess he was all beaten up and his face was all ready and everything like that. He was all beaten up. And he basically just told her everything that happened. So, yeah, it was pretty crazy. Then she comes up to me, she's like, Ty, why did he say you beat him up? And I was just like, no, that's not what happened. This guy ran up on me. And then I was just like, I told her basically what ended up happening. Because at this point, I'm like, okay, well, shoot. He's already told her. She's going to tell our general manager, all of our bosses. And, so I was just like, there's no point even trying to deny it now. Because at first, I was just going to brush it off and just say, hey, bro, let's settle this, outside. Let's finish this outside of work. You know what I mean? But this is 18, 19-year-old Tariq. This isn't the 30-year-old Tariq. That's how my mentality was back then. And, so pretty much what ended up happening was I ended up leaving, and then I ended up reading a message a couple hours later. So I was off work. General manager said, hey, we got to suspend you. We got to look into it. And then they basically ended up bringing me back in, I think a day or two later, to write a statement about everything that would happen. And then they'll say they're going to review it, but you can't come back to work until we're done. And then they basically made a decision. They said, hey, we're going to fire you, both of you guys. And they said, oh, well, you should have handled it differently. You should have written them up. And I told him, I was like, so if someone runs up, I handled everything professionally until the guy ran up and shoved me. And I'm like, so you're telling me if someone physically pushes you, like touches you, you can't defend yourself. So I was wrong to defend myself if someone physically assaulted me first. And they're like, oh, well, yeah, he pushed you, and he's already attacking you. Just somehow, I don't know, not get attacked somehow and go write him up. I'm like, you know what I mean? It didn't make any sense. So we both ended up getting fired. But it literally took all that and me to lose my job just for something that happened to that guy where he lost his job. And that's what's so crazy about it, because everybody knew this guy was a terrible worker. Everybody that worked there knew this guy was a shitty worker. Like, he never did anything. Anytime anyone that worked with them, they know he did nothing. You know what I mean? But no one ever wanted to let him go and find someone better. But it took that incident and me to lose my job for them to be forced to fire that guy. So question to jobs like that: why do you guys allow workers like that in the first place? Incompetent workers who just don't care about their jobs or helping and working with other people. Because that should have never been happened. Way before I even worked with this guy and I just knew about this guy, something should have happened to just his work ethic alone. You know what I mean? Should have let him go. You know what I mean? But, it is what it is. It was a crazy story, and it was a hell of a ride, that's for sure. Crazy fact: I ended up running into this guy. This guy I fought maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I saw him on the street, and every time I saw him, and I kind of just smirked. I didn't say anything, but I smirked, and I was thinking, "Damn, bro, damn, you still look the same." But I remember when I whooped your ass, and I was just barely legal too, and I was like, "Damn, I remember when I whooped your butt, bro." But anyways, that's the my fight story today from Burger King about 12, 13 years ago. But I got other fighting stories from other jobs. Actually, I've had some crazy experiences. So like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I mean, if you guys start subscribing and liking, I'll do some more stories about this kind of topic. But until then, this has been your man Tariq Rants. Peace.